So many things are about timing. I'm looking around at all this clover in my yard. I've seen like one little honeybee, even though normally you see a bunch more, especially kind of earlier in the day. It's so hot right now. It's like 100 degrees. And I don't see any bees out here right now. Some of my wife's pretty flowers. These zinnias do produce some pollen. There's a little wasp in there somewhere. Yeah, there he is. But beautiful, real pretty flowers. Butterflies love them. I may hang this trap higher up in the tree. It's only probably 8 feet high, maybe, something like that. Just heard a bee. I don't think there's any more activity around this here lately that I've seen. I hear some bees flying around. I'll do a more detailed video, but this is like my side lot, and it's kind of gotten grown up over the years. I trim it back occasionally, create rows and stuff like that, so that's what I've been working on right here. That's a poplar, tulip poplar, produces really good honey. Hated to cut that tree down, so I'm just gonna leave it for now, see what happens. But as you can see back through there, I've cleared that out and planted some clover. This is another little area that I cleared a couple weeks ago. And I planted some buckwheat in through here. I hear a lot of bees flying around through here. I used to have a really good productive hive over here at the edge of this side lot, and it was facing, it was like right here facing toward me, and deer will use this little path, so it could have been knocked over by a deer or it could have been a bear, I don't know. Those center blocks are just there because I had the other hive sitting up on it. They're not really doing anything. I just got him sitting there right now, but this is the most recent hive that I built. And my wife and girls helped me paint this one. Let's see. This one's pretty nice because when you open it, it's got a little wire that holds the lid up. Now, I did caulk on the inside primarily to keep ants out, because the ants can get through little cracks, but the bees cannot get out. I don't have a hive tool, it's kind of tight in there, but anyway, as you can see, this is the top bars of the frames that I make, so there's no gap that's big enough for the bees to be able to get up into this compartment, so they're not going to be exposed to this caulk at all in the normal course of their activities. This other hive was at Steven's house and was a dead out. And apparently a bunch of freaking ants have already gotten in there, which is not good. Crap. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at all those ants in there. That's a problem. There's more. It's not good. They haven't really messed up any of the little foundation that I put in there. But it'll be a problem if bees get in there, because those freaking ants will basically just aggravate them until they don't want to live in there. So I'm gonna have to, they've probably built a nest in the lid. The lid was falling apart, and I put some 2x6s as like reinforcement and additional insulation, because I like to have these thick walls. This was made out of like 2x10, 2x12 pine. But as you can see, there's a bunch of ants. So gotta deal with that. If it's a very strong colony, you don't have to really worry about it too much, because the bees will take care of it when there's enough of them. But what I may have to do is figure out how I can seal it up a little bit better, because there's cracks all over this so they can get in. Okay, so I fixed the lid by making a new one, because the other one was so rotten it wouldn't work. So I ended up putting a different style lid on this hive, and I also used this mahogany as the little support for it to sit on. Figured that'd last longer than reusing the old pine that I had on here. This box is made out of pine, but it's 2x stock, so it's pretty substantial. I've got 13 frames in here right now. The space at the end is for when I catch a swarm. They have 7 frames, so this is a total of 20 frames in this hive. This hive has 15 frames. It's not quite as big. Now this one, it's not really 2x stock. I say it's 2-ish inches wide. This is all made out of hardwood from scrap that I received from a friend of mine. And the roof on this one actually has 2x pine for a little additional insulation. Again, the caulk right there, the bees never get exposed to that. When I am working with the bees, I work from the back of the hive, and they're closed off from this, so they're not going to be able to touch this. It's not going to mess with them. So I'm over here at Steven's house, where this swarm trap was deployed, and that was maybe, what 4 or 5 days ago, and got a swarm. Hopefully they stay. I'll know after about a week. They'll start bringing in pollen and this kind of activity. If it keeps up this kind of activity, you'll know for sure that I got a swarm in there.